I have a vision to nurture, inspire, and mentor the next generation of lawyers. And I can't do this alone. I really need your help and your buy-in. My name is Amanda Lamond, and I'm the founder of Awakening Lawyers, and I run a business called the Center for Integrative Law. I discovered the integrative law movement around 2012. I'd been writing about all the changes that were needed in the law, having run away from the law at that stage myself. And then I discovered Kim Wright and the extraordinary integrative law movement, and I knew that I'd found my home. I now work with Awakening Lawyers. And what that means is I help lawyers who love the law but are disillusioned and disheartened with the way that it's practiced. I help them redesign and reimagine their lives so that they can practice law in their own way and in their own time and on their own terms. I know that the next generation of lawyers needs to know about this, and I'll tell you how I know. Because last year I had the great privilege of running a mentorship program for 2 universities here in South Africa, which is where I live. And it was extraordinary to see the response of the students. Because of lockdown, I was able to kind of run the program on my own terms, the leadership part of the program. And I interviewed Kim and a whole array of other lawyers and did a whole lot of insight. It was an integrative program, so into the internal world of the lawyer, which is all the stuff I love, books like Professor Susan Dykhoff's Lawyer Know Thyself. And I helped students explain what's going on, the shifts inside them, the change that we want to see in terms of behavior and in the world, and then what culture is, how the culture of law is changing, and how societal norms around law are changing, and how lawyers are doing things differently. The response was really amazing, and it showed me that students are desperate to learn about the changing world of law, and our universities have not kept up. So, I have this vision that we nurture, inspire, and mentor the next generation of lawyers. And I want to chat to you a bit about this. First off, let me just tell you that an awakening lawyer, I see it as lawyers who are living consciously, helping a better legal system emerge by being peacemakers, justice warriors, and activists for social change. The program that I ran last year was a program where students were mentored by local magistrates. So they went physically to court when finally our courts opened up again. This program is slightly different because the focus is on integrative lawyers. And I use the word awakening lawyers for those who may not have a fully integrative practice, but they are challenging the status quo. They are doing things differently. They are not broken and disillusioned and burnt out. So I'm looking for lawyers who would consider themselves awakening lawyers, who are doing things a little bit differently and are going to show students that they can carve out a path on their own terms. So what else do I need to tell you? I'll show you a picture for a second of this wonderful group of students, and in the front you'll see there are a whole lot of the magistrates who were on our program. It was women only, but my vision is that there will be men to this program as well. I am envisaging a cohort of about 20, maybe 25 students, and all the contact will be online, so there's no physical mentoring like there was last year where students went to court. Here's another picture of one of the lovely magistrates and 2 of her mentees. So the vision I have is that we create a sacred space of nurturing, mentorship, and inspiration for the next generation of awakening lawyers through the collective experience, wisdom, and love of lawyers further along the road. That's you. The mission is to help the new legal system emerge by providing law students with integrative leadership training and an intimate connection to an integrative lawyer who's willing to share their experience, strength, and hope. Here's another student holding the justice statue. And some more students that's actually a magistrate, although she looks very young in this picture in between them. Some of the testimonials, just to share with you what the students got out of this program is, I've got so many, but I had to just pick a handful. My favorite part was when you shared the names and work of lawyers changing the game. or the legal field. It's amazing and heartwarming to know that there are people within the legal profession looking to shift the paradigm. People like you helping to create and realize a different, healthier legal profession that works for the lawyers and the people lawyers are meant to help. Law schools have not kept up. We all cannot thank you enough for the work that you do. Thank you. Thank you so much for this, Amanda Lamond. These stories of different lawyers and their journeys are really exciting. Everything that I'm learning in this program is so helpful, not only in deciding what my options are after my degree, but my emotional well-being and my personal relationships are beginning to flourish in a short amount of time. I'd really love to share this knowledge with as many law students as possible. I want to show others this different way of practicing law. Thank you. Another picture of a mentor with her mentee. Oh, and this mentee, by the way, she did one of the most extraordinary speeches, and I have all 3 speeches, which I'm happy to send you. They wrote them out. They were mind-blowing. I can't even explain these speeches. I mean, I just wanted to weep. They were extraordinary of what the students saw in this fairly short program, and I would be really happy to send them to you if you want to know the effect that a program like this has. There are 2 components to this program. So there's the Integrative Leadership Training, which is 10 modules helping students navigate their lives, their studies, and their paths as awakening lawyers. And they will complete these online by watching a variety of videos and tutorials and interviews and doing exercises. And then they have to comment on what they're learning so that they engage with the material. The second part of it is the mentorship sessions. So the students will be paired with lawyers, lawyers who have charted their own career path. What we're looking for is from a more traditional path to an awakening lawyer path, and who wants to share their experience, strength, and hope. You can still be practicing in a big firm. There are no requirements in what it looks like, only that you have challenged the system in some way and created a life in the law that works for you. The benefits to the mentor: you'll have the opportunity to share your experience, your career path, your hard-won lessons and insights about your life and your cases, and your view of your role as a lawyer in society. You'll be listed as a sponsoring mentor on the Awakening Lawyers website and receive publicity on social media. And we can all do our best to promote the lawyers who are featured in this program so that you appear on a wide variety of platforms. We can also talk to Pie Slap and the Conscious Lawyer magazine. There are lots of other things we can look at. You will receive a digital badge that you can place on your website or under your email signature. You will become part of a community of sponsoring mentors, which gives you an opportunity to connect and network with colleagues who feel the same way as you do about inspiring and mentoring the next generation. And you get to help the new legal system that we so desperately need emerge by nurturing a law student, firstly from South Africa, and inspiring them to have a healthier practice without having to go through all the suffering that I'm guessing you probably have done. The first cohort will be South African students, and the second cohort we will have students from around the world. I envisage this could be maybe we start having 50 students at a time. We'll have to see. And yes, students from everywhere, because it's all going to be online. So if you have students that you would like to be part of the program, then let's talk about that. The mentor commitments are that you'll commit to this program for 3 months and you will have 3 mentorship sessions. These sessions can be as long as you like. I'm thinking maybe 45 minutes, an hour. It's totally up to you, and you do them on a day and time that works for you. I've chatted about this with 2 amazing lawyers already, and we agree that sort of in terms of the time commitment, we know that you probably have a lot on your plate. This won't be too hard to fit in. So 3 sessions over the 3 months. You'll attend a mentor's sort of briefing session, a vision session prior to us starting the program so that we can all get to know each other. You will support your mentees' development professionally and personally. And it's an integrative program. So you're going to share about your life physically, intellectually, emotionally, spiritually. You know, how many hours do you practice? Where do you practice from? Do you see clients face to face, on the phone? How do you do it all? You will, in some cases, record an interview with me, and that will be part of our materials for all the mentees, even in the programs to come, so that we start building up a database of maybe 30-minute interviews where you talk about various aspects of your life and your practice. You will support the mentee to finish all the modules of the program. So you will also be, in the beginning, it's on a Facebook group with all the different talks and exercises will be in 10 sections. And you'll be able to see what students are commenting and, give your own views, and also have access to those materials. So things like managing anxiety and stress as a law student and a lawyer, things like that. How do you carve out your path? This thing of looking for your purpose and how that can become overwhelming. There's a whole lot of different topics that we will look at, and you have access to all of those. So you'll help your mentee to finish the program, and finally, you will fund your mentee's participation in this program. The reason that we need this is that a lot of these students are from low-income households, and they will need support in order to be part of a program like this. It takes a significant amount of effort, time, and energy. I know this from having done it for the whole of last year, to match up all the mentors and mentees to ensure the program is running smoothly, to provide these 10 modules of content, to engage with the students as they are learning and have questions about what's going on. And so it's really about creating this energetic container in which we nurture the mentees. You are free to continue the relationship thereafter if you would like to, and on your terms. When do we start? As soon as possible. I already have the first 2 mentors who are in, and by the time you're watching this, there will be more. So I need 20 to 25 mentors, and then we will start the program. What else do I need to tell you? Well, this picture I use because we have to show students that there is a different way to practice law. I don't know where this firm is, and one day I'm probably going to get into trouble for using this photo. But I look at this, especially these 3 young, or maybe it's 5, you can't tell on the right, but these 3 young candidate attorneys on the sofa with their knees at the same angle and their, glossy hair. And I just think, is this a firm? Look at the diversity issues in this firm. Is this somewhere that people are able to bring all of themselves to work? And you know the answer to that. Obviously, the legal landscape is changing rapidly, but we need to help students know that there's an infinite number of places to practice law that will meet who they are. There are an infinite number of ways of practicing, forms of legal practice, actual physical areas in which you can practice law, and then all of these areas of law that you learn about in these wonderful books that have written by my amazing friend and mentor, Kim Wright. So here is Lawyers as Peacemakers and Lawyers as Changemakers, these 2. There is Sharing Law. There is Michelle Cosby's Weavors. There are, as you, I hope, know, there are millions of different forms of law that students are not being taught about in universities, or only in a small handful of universities, but they want to know. These are lawyers who are going to go out there and continue the work that you're doing now. They're here to change the world, so let's help them do it. If you are in, I want lawyers who are not just, yeah, okay, but I want a hell yeah. So if you are hell yes, I'm in, you can send me a mail, amanda@integrativelaw.co.za. Or you can find me through my website, awakeninglawyers.com. There's nothing about this mentorship program on that website yet. I'll get to that. But right now, I just want to keep the flow going because students are interested. Lawyers are already responding, so let's do this. You can find me on LinkedIn, Amanda Lamond, if you want to know more about who I am. We need 25 lawyers to step up to this challenge to nurture, inspire, and mentor the next generation of awakening lawyers. I can't wait to hear from you. Thank you for listening to this, and I'm going to await your email.